Hi, I'm Enchanting Nubianette. All over social media, a frustrated young single mother drove to her mother's home with plans to drop off her kids permanently. In front of her three children, the young woman told her mother that she doesn't want to be a mother anymore. The younger woman continued by saying that she met a younger man. The new man in her life doesn't want any children, her children. So, this so called mother, and I say that because mothers should possess unconditional love for their children nonstop. Of course, there are times when a mother wants to have me time and some time for themselves. That's understandable. But a mother knows that her number one job is to love, protect, and provide for her offspring. You would think that she would tell him that there's no relationship unless he accepts her children too. Healthy moms put their children first. The younger man or any new partner would be told that her and her children are a package. It's either all of us or nothing at all. But no, she complies with his demands. This young mother said he doesn't want to deal with her children. Why doesn't it click in her mind to think if he doesn't have love in his heart for my flesh and blood, he's not for me? He needs to go, and I'll be able to meet someone else who can love me and my children entirely, altogether. Giving up your children because of your boyfriend is ridiculous, in my opinion. This mother continues to say, we want to live our life, travel, do a lot of exploring, because these activities can be done with these kids, her kids. Her mother, who is shocked hearing her daughter's plans, blatantly tells her that it's outright disrespectful to drop off her three children, not calling and assuming that she would raise her grandchildren. While viewing the video, it's evident that this mother needs to mature mentally and emotionally. You would think that being responsible for three additional lives would automatically cause her to love them even more. That experiences of motherhood for years would activate that desire to nurture and care for her kids. But she seems totally disconnected from them. This is truly sad. Her mother asks her, why did she not call prior to coming over or tell her about these plans? The mother responded how it's disrespectful of her mother not to take them. And why does she need to call before bringing over her grandkids? The delusional mother said she doesn't need to call because those grandkids are her responsibility now. Well, that's when the grandmother made her daughter aware that she's 100% responsible for her own kids. Her mother broke it down, saying she's not giving up her life and freedom to raise her three children. Adamantly, the grandma said clearly and with firmness that she absolutely will not raise her three kids. The grandmother all out refused to take her grandchildren that day, the next day, and so on to raise them. Additionally, she reminded her daughter that when she had her firstborn, it was best to stop having kids, since she felt that way. The grandmother is a saving grace in all of this. Obviously, this woman is overwhelmed. She's irresponsible and living in a fantasy world. After she had her first child, that's when reality should have kicked in that one baby needs nurturing, a lot of time, effort, and dedication 24/7. Maybe this woman was in a better space in a relationship with the children's father and or received extra help from her mother at the time. And I always say, if a parent doesn't prepare for the responsibilities before having children, then definitely parents are forced to step up and take care of their parental duties afterwards. Have you heard of depleted mother syndrome? Oftentimes, this is called mom burnout. This happens when a mother is feeling mental, emotional, and physical exhaustion, depersonalization, and even a lack of fulfillment. These moms' lack of fulfillment is caused by the intense childcare demands happening on a daily basis, 24/7. When these mothers lack a long-term partner to help co-parent, sufficient economic funding and resources like methods of coping with time management, it's very stressful, especially in the US. This is why so many mothers, sometimes fathers, abandon their children. And it breaks my heart each time I hear that a parent leaves their child in a hot car or in their home while they are shopping for hours. Those parents are crying out for help. Something is drastically wrong when a parent, so-called, forgets their child or children. I believe that more parents need help. These cases occur in different demographics. Mothers who are well off financially, who can't handle taking care of their own kids. It used to be baffling to me when stay-at-home moms not working from home and have a husband with a high-paying job still hires a full-time nanny. I always figured that they are very spoiled, and I still do. It's an acquired luxury. Of course, in wealthy families, it's a custom to have help to take care of everything. However, there are some mothers who really don't have the patience to be around their own children all day. And as a former classroom teacher for years, I've had to be responsible for 26 kids or more, so I really couldn't relate to them. I've met mothers who would be so glad to return their child to school after 1 week vacation, even after a 3-day holiday. But as I learn more about the temperament and stress tolerance of others, I see that motherhood and fatherhood is very challenging for so many parents. Mind you, my mom and dad had 5 of us. My parents were married and both parents worked. My father was a traditional Caribbean father who took pride in working, but babysitting, cooking, and dressing the kids wasn't his strong point. Of course, there were times when he helped dress my brothers and cut their hair. But my Caribbean dad wasn't braiding my hair, shopping for kids' clothes, and taking us out to give my mom a few hours for time alone. Actually, most fathers from the past were similar, but males were in the family even if a father was absent to help buy groceries, give money, and fix things around the house, which decreases the mother's stress. Back in the day, parents had 3 or more children, and they handle their responsibility. Of course, the eldest child, like myself, would babysit their siblings. It was expected and not asked. That's why I went away to college. Anyway, another point I want to make is, while teaching online, I met so many women from different countries. In every single household, mothers were never stressed with the responsibility of having children. They were married with their parents, in-laws, siblings, because they were from large families. And they even had close cousins who would take turns taking care of each other's children. Even divorced mothers in other countries have a strong support system. I know our country has a lot of positives and that many people around the world desire it. But having a close-knit family and consistent support is not one of them. In other countries around the world, there isn't a need for a foster care system, homeless shelters, and so many mental health facilities because family members take care of their responsibilities. And definitely, there's cases of mental health, but other countries have the resources and family to help relatives with their illnesses. In this country, single parents really can benefit from networking with other responsible, trustworthy parents to watch each other's kids or enroll their kids in extracurricular activities even 2 to 3 days a week. Back to the story. Imagine if these 3 children did not have a grandmother, a responsible adult to love and take them in. These children would have been abandoned or neglected. Their grandmother did not take them that day, but the grandmother and her daughter can make arrangements in the near future, to visit her for a few hours or even overnight. Hopefully, experts or professionals can reach out to that mother so she can receive extra help. I believe many parents need parental guidance and workshops. And I used to bring these ideas to my former school administrators, but they always said you can't force parents. No, parents can't be forced, but it would be awesome for parents and families to know where they can seek help. Parenting skill number 1, it's mandatory to love your kids full time and never give up on them. Please leave your comments below. I would love to hear from all of you. And remember to subscribe and hit the notification button, like and share my channel. Thanks a million, and stay safe wherever you are.